Is it a benefit to Chad Daybell that Alex Cox is dead, or would it have been better that he would have been alive to, I don't know, help in his own defense, or would he have been another character here that would have been throwing him under the bus as well?
I think it's infinitely more helpful that he's not there to defend himself.
Hmm.
I think that the fact that he is no longer available to be called as a witness, even if he would have taken the fifth, I mean, which I assume that he would have. Uh, I don't know how much that helps or hurts Chad, but I think the fact that he's not here, it's way easier to put everything onto him. You
Sure.
know, because at this point we don't even. I assume that if he were alive,
Hmm.
he would be the next trial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that would have precluded the state and or the defense from calling him, unless the state had worked out a plea deal with him in order to get him to testify, which he might have.
Hmm.
So it depends on which side you're asking from. If
Sure.
you're asking from the state side, I'm sure that they wish that he were alive, because I think that they probably would have approached him and said, look, we think that you were a patsy here. We think that they were using you. We're willing to make some kind of negotiated plea with you. You're going in for a long time, but we won't seek the death penalty. But in exchange for that, you're going to have to testify and tell us who did what here. So, from the state's perspective, I'm sure that they would prefer that he were alive. From the defense side of it, I'm sure they're thrilled that he's no longer here.
Is there any world in which we would see Lori Vallow take the stand in defense of Chad Daybell? Even though they're throwing her under the bus, I do wonder if there's any world where she would be on that stand going, in her own twisted way, he didn't know anything about what was going on in this divine mission that was going on. I don't know. I mean, this, I guess it depends on their relationship, but would it ever, was there a world where this could happen?
I think that the bigger issue for her is, number one, she's going to be appealing her trial.
Sure.
So like her coming on um could hurt her,
Yeah.
like massively, because I mean, even if she's to come on and testify and say that Chad was the mastermind, I was the one that was beholden to him. He was the Svengali,
Yeah.
like it still doesn't hurt. It doesn't help her, because if she's going to testify, and if there's any kind of admission on her part, it kind of dooms her appeal. So I can't see a world in which she's going to testify. I can't see a world in which any attorney that's representing her would say that that's a good idea.
Hmm.
Uh, Short of them coming up with some kind of plea deal, but she's already been sentenced,
Yeah.
so there's no going back and changing that at this point. So I don't think so. Like, she may want to,
Yeah.
as she starts reading the newspaper articles, or she's on her tablet and starts reading what's going on, and what because like she didn't throw Chad under the bus at all.
No, no. And that's what
No.
I'm wondering about, is what is her reaction going to be to all this? I mean, could it be a state's witness where it is throwing him under the bus, that he was the mastermind of all this? I know she's already been sentenced. She already had her trial. Obviously, there's another one coming up and she's appealing it. But I mean, I guess it really kind of would come down to her mindset of, does she care that she's in prison for the rest of her life? And she still believes Chad is this, prophet's leader, and she's going to help him no matter what? Or is she going to have a moment of reckoning and go, oh my God, he's going against me now. Now I should flip it on him. I don't know. It'd be very interesting to be in that cell to see those reactions right now.
Oh, yeah, 100%, and it would be amazing. It
Yeah.
would be amazing for us to be able to see her get on the stand.
Yeah.
It would definitely be appointment television to watch that happen, but, yeah, I'd love to be a fly on the wall in there. I'd love to be, like, noodled up in her brain to see what she's
Yeah.
thinking, you know
And
what I mean? It's
it,
like she's just and I've said it before, I don't believe. I've always felt, when we covered the Lori Vallow trial,
mhm.
which was challenging because it was all audio, I always had, like, Allison and I had the debate. I always felt that Lori was the mastermind, that she was the
Hmm.
Svengali, that she had been like she had gone through 4 other husbands. She was looking for a guy like Chad,
Yeah.
a guy that had concepts, a guy that could be a front man, and she would sit behind and just run the show, which is exactly what I think was going on with her. I don't think that Chad was running anything.
Hmm.
I think that she took whatever concepts he had in terms of the scale, and she was the one that kind of just morphed it to her needs, and that moving forward, she was controlling everything. So, yeah, in terms of, but I also believe that she believes everything that they were preaching. I
Hmm.
think that she believes that end of days is coming.
Yeah.
When you looked at her indifference during that trial, and
Yeah.
still, I mean,
Yeah.
she does not look like a woman who's miserable because she's been sentenced to the rest
No.
of her. Every time you see her, she's flipping her hair.
I
I
know.
mean,
Yeah, I mean,
she
it's like she, and that's what I wonder about. I mean, yes, there's no attorney that would say, "Yeah, go testify." She hasn't listened to them yet. So, like,
exactly.
why
True
would they start
story.
now?
True story. Absolutely true story.
So, I don't know. It's going to be very fascinating to watch. I'm also curious to see how this affects her upcoming trial as well, in terms of their defense strategy. If that changes anything, that she is being thrown under the bus by Chad, if that's going to affect anything, or if it's just keep going the course of Lori, which could very well be what they're going to do.
Exactly. Exactly. Time will tell, my
Yeah.
friend. Time will tell.
Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to follow us wherever you download podcasts, and especially Apple Podcasts, where you can get advanced episode and premium content on our premium channel right there. Also, be sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss any breaking updates on the stories that matter to you most. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. Just search Hidden Killers Podcast with Tony Brueski, and you'll find us right there. Again, thanks for watching.